bought this a month ago and I haven't used it yet. Obviously it's a torch, propane torch, just for some soldering when I'm soldering like the rings on. It's kind of keen to use it, I haven't really used it yet. This solder's probably actually a little bit thin, eh? Yeah, well that came out okay. Still fucking steaming, eh? But there's a fair bit of solder in there and it's nice and solid and it's really hot. So the painful task of getting the new wire through the door. Well, I got it through using the original boot. Now all I did was to put a zip tie on the end and I fed the zip tie through there. I used a torch so I could see where it's going. You know, you kind of squeeze the little grommet thing to kind of get it through. And once I got the zip tie, I pulled it through. I made it just a little bit longer than the original, and I also put those on it. Little crimp terminals, so just go straight onto the speaker. Got the other side done, and that's both back doors put back together. All I did is, as you can see, there's these blank ones. In here's one there, and there was two here. Then the one that the guy screwed up, the one I bought it off. But so all I did was cut a hole out with that with my Dremel. It's not a perfect hole, but it doesn't really matter because when this goes in, it covers it up. So all the switch does is pushes in, okay, and covers the hole up, which looks pretty good. Looks kind of factory, nothing special, but it just sits in there. Anyway, so I've got one of those plugs there, and I've got my wire threaded through, and just another little plug. So after much screwing around, the fans have to go like that, because even if I have like that much wood along the back, they causes them to lose heaps of power and suction and everything. So I can only do one screw. I mean, it's tight anyway, it's not going to go anywhere, but whatever. That piece of wood started cracking, so I had to stop. But it seems okay. It's not going to break on me. So anyway, I have to put the other fan there. As you can see, they're kind of angled in, which is fine. I allowed it to do that because, well, it'll be good. Angle blow across it. There we go, all the fans in. So those two, as you can see, they're on a slight angle pointing in, so they'll be blowing in. And then there's those two, as you see, and they're also pointing in, so they'll blow over the amp, and they'll blow along the sides of it, or along the heat sink, or down here, or whatever. Got my 4-channel RCA through. Okay, just run it just the same way as the original. Like there, it's all zip tied up under there with the original, with the other RCAs, and I've put the head unit back in now, but I had it out just to put those in. So now I've got all the fans hooked up to these wires, okay, which I've then twisted together, and I've put a plug on the end, okay. So I've still got obviously this bit, which once I run the power from the front and get the ground ready, they'll go into there, but otherwise they're all wired up. You know what I mean? Even up there, see on the top of the amp. And see, once the box is here, like that, the air will go up here, hit the top of the box, and move out. So there won't be any problems about it just going anywhere. So the T800 is in. So it's sitting on a little rubber washer, and then a little little metal washer. So yeah, it's got rubber in between the amp and the metal and the wood. So the RCA's in, probably a little bit long. 4 grades, ground and power in, remote wires in, and front, just the rear left and right doors are in. There's my switch in and that. So all it does is it goes from the power from the clock, a wire runs through a fuse, okay. Well, I mean a power wire goes to this, then that's fused, okay, and that's just the power back out of the switch, and then flick the switch. Obviously the positive is running to the front where the switch is, and the negative is just a little ring terminal there, the screw into the chassis, into the sheet metal, whatever. Off come the door trims again for like the 3rd time in like 2 weeks, and I'll be coming off again in another 2 or 3 weeks when I do some sound deadening. So the boot's there, which isn't a problem, having it, where am I? There, okay. But when it goes down in here, it goes inside there, it doesn't just come through the other side, because that's where the fuse box is, well, the internal fuses. So I've got to actually get my hand up in there and then through. So I think what I'll do is I'll pull the boot out here, thread the wire from here through into the door, pull it through, and then poke it back down, grab it, and pull it through that way. I think that'll be the easiest. It would have been almost impossible to actually feed it up and through that way, so this is the way to go. And here it is here. So I'm just going to take out the old one, I'll tape them up, and then I'll put this one in. I'm also going to run a new wire for the woofer. As you can see the difference in thickness. It's about double. As far as the tweeter though, I'm going to leave the same wire that's there because I've already added plugs to it. So new power for the crossover and new power for the woofer. So just put a zip tie about every foot, and now it looks real clean, as you can see. Comes out there, so I can hide these under the carpet at least, unlike this one. And there we go, back looking factory. And same goes here. And I gotta shove my hand up here, do the same thing, whatever, pull all the way through. Amp, wide up now. So I'll put the door back on, and then that one's done, and then I'll tidy it all up. Yeah, I thought I'd give you a quick listen. I've got a griddle off here so I can show you what it looks like moving. I've set the gains to, well, they're about a third of the way up. As I said, like, where they probably need to be set normally will be about half, so they're backed off because otherwise they're going to overpower my speakers. It's definitely louder. And then the punch EQ was just like, it was like on a quarter or something. Here's my old intro, so it's copyright free, and then I'll just give you this for a little bit. I know it's crap, kind of, but... It's still new, remember? Together, back together in here. Yeah, I'm just going to show you the boot. Okay, so the wiring's tidied up a little bit. All the mess is just in there. There will be another battery, that's why if that one's clean, there will be another battery going in there in, you know, 3-4 weeks, I don't know, something like that. Still got a bit of tidying up to do, but nothing's going back in. Like the subs aren't going back in for another day or two. Just I'm going to fix this box up a bit. And I might even paint it. Don't hold me to that, but I might paint it. Yeah, like no, I'm not going to do like a fucking amazing paint job that's going to take me days, but just saying it'll look better than that, so I may paint it. Anyway, well that's it. Amps in. And all the doors and speakers are properly pretty wide, and everything's hidden. You can't see a thing. So it looks really good, and yeah, definitely sounds better. And I will do a sound test video in, you know, the next week to, you know. Oh yeah, you see that, baby? Smoke ring.